Hey there, I'm showing off my Timex 2068 setup and how I load software, because this is the Timex 2068, which has a speaker inside of it right about here, and it doesn't do good sound. It sounds fine in person, but to record on my camera, which I've got going here, not very good. I've loaded up, just as an example, a program that doesn't have too much sound. This is the typewriter program that comes with it, so to teach you how to use the keyboard since it's unusual. This is my RGB monitor, which I don't have hooked up right now, and this is my tape player. So I've got a Windows Vista machine that's pretty old now, I guess about 15, 17 years old maybe, something like that. And so it's old, but I use it just to play the WAV files. And this is how I load the demos. Today I'm going to be demonstrating another demo that was ported to the Timex Sinclair 2068 recently. The other products that I use are this backbit cartridge, which has I think a 2 gigabyte cartridge in it, or SD card, so I can load tapes from there, and also lets me use Spectrum software when used with the twister board, because this is actually meant for the ZX Spectrum. And this is my RGB monitor card that I just can plug into here, and the twister board also has RGB. So that's about all I want to show you. What I'm going to do is try to set this up in a way that I can get better sound. Not sure if I can do that. We'll see. So normally I have my camera about this far away from the TV when I'm recording, when I've done this before, and this is audible, but not very. So what I've decided is I'm going to take a box and set it on top of here. So it's, first of all, it's closer to the camera, which is about this tall, but also inside the box I have this bowl, which I'm hoping will capture the sound. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone take a phone and put it like on top of an object and then place it upside down, and it almost sounds like it makes the phone sound much better. Does it sound great? No, but it sounds better. So I'm hoping this will make it a little louder. So I'm placing the bowl in here. I mean, this is pretty rigged, and then I'm going to go like this, and the sound hole for the speaker is right there. So hopefully this will make it sound a little bit louder, because it doesn't matter, too much about how it sounds here, but I'm hoping it will sound better on the camera. You can't see what I've got going on the screen, but I have, let's see, a keyboard. If I press R, we should get some sound. I don't know if it sounds better or not. And it doesn't matter what's going on the screen, but let's try it out and see what it sounds like. If you ever get a chance and you want to learn how to use this keyboard, by the way, I recommend you do it. It does sound a little louder to me, so that's good. And alright, that's what I'm going to set up. So next thing I'm going to have is try to have a demo going and loading and running. Let's see how this goes. Now that my Timex is a little closer on top of the box and I have the bowl under it, I actually think it sounds a bit muffled. It is closer, but I do think it might sound better on top of the box when it's just upside down, which is interesting. So let's try that out. Now I have the Timex 2068 computer on top of the box with the bowl in it, but the bowl is upside down. It sounds approximately the same to me. Let's see what happens if I don't have the bowl in there at all. This is the Timex 2068 on top of just the box without the bowl in it, and it seems kind of muffled. Now I'll try it with the box upside down, which seems to me it's closer, and it sounds approximately the same as when it's on top of my computer desk. So this is my 2068 computer on top of the box, and the box is upside down, so it brings it up about, what, 5 inches closer or so to the actual camera, so the mic is a little bit closer. Not sure if this will be better, but we will try it out for today. Maybe someone watching this can give me a better solution. Here we go. I'm going to load up the demo from the beginning. This is the Interlace code demo. It is written, or it was originally written in 1992 by Busy and Noro, and it has been recently ported to the Timex computers. This is the loading screen I'm about 1 minute into it, and I'll stop here for a second and just skip to the game starting, or the demo starting. And here we are. The demo is just about to start, and I'll explain a little about the demo when you see this first screen here. Alright, here's the first music. We're 1 second into the demo. And this demo was created for a stereo machine, and also is called the Interlace Demo because it does some special tricks to get the colors to work. It kind of explains it in the beginning, but the first thing it shows you is if you have a ZX Spectrum, how you would hook up and have the AY chip so that you can actually use this demo. So you can use the 8912 and the 8910 sound chip that's made by General Instrument. So what it says here is, obviously you can read it yourself. Oh, and another thing about the picture we've got going on here. So this is being captured on a 14-inch flat screen CRT TV hooked up via composite from a Timex Sinclair 2068 computer. And the reason I'm using a CRT is this is a demo that when I use on my RGB monitor, you have most of the colors, I think, but for some reason the way I have my RGB hooked up is via a board that goes through a Sega Genesis HDMI or RGB to HDMI converter, and then it's displayed on a flat screen LCD monitor, and there is lots of stutter in this video. I may show that, I may not at the end of this video. It might be a little bit of trouble to do that, but I'll give you an example of what happens here. Anyway, here we have a little schematic that shows you how to hook it up. So if you have the stereo, you can listen to this in stereo, which I do not. So this has been converted to run on the, like I said, the 2068 without a ROM fix. So thank you for doing that. So here's the demo running. Hopefully you can read what's happening here. So I'm going to put my finger on the screen here. So this is moving up and down very smoothly, as you can see. Sure, we have a picture that has like maybe some, because of the camera, maybe some lines going up and down the screen sometimes, like that, but hopefully not so much. I can press 4 keys here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can see greetings and stuff like that. This explains what you can see. This greetings are in English. I can see the greetings in another language. And the next part of the video will, or the next part of the demo will show you some really cool high-res graphics that are drawn. And I hope that you can hear this a little better here. This demo sounds really, really good. It's got some great music. I'm not even sure how many songs it has, but it has quite a few. And it goes through all of them slowly. This one, like all the stuff, sounds better on real hardware than I think it does on emulation. So I'm going to press 1, and now it says BusySoft presents 9th unrealizable program, first monochronic color in the Interlace Demo. And then hopefully you can read that. Maybe I won't have to read it all. But basically it runs on a Spectrum 48K, and the trick that it's using to get the color like this, I'm not sure. But it's saying it's using Interlace like you'd have on an Amiga 2000 or 500. And if you're familiar with the Interlace mode on those systems, it doubles the horizontal resolution. And I don't know if that's what it's doing here, but it sure seems to be. And it tells you what is going to happen and how you can use this video. So now the greetings are not in English anymore, or I guess they still are. Oh, 3 is how they, so these are the actual greetings, and it's kind of cool because he's giving greetings to all the people in the scene in 1992, which I think is fantastic. And I don't think I've mentioned yet, but this was converted to run on the Timex computers by Slavo Labsky in April of 2022. So thanks a lot for doing that. So we can continue here. I think it's going to play the next song. As always, I recommend you load this up on your own hardware and check it out. Especially since you if you have the opportunity to do that, you have the real hardware. At least maybe find a run it under emulation. These demos they do a fantastic job of showing what it's like to have something kind of advanced. And this one reminds me of something I would have seen on my Amiga 500 back when I had an Amiga. I guess I did have a 500 for a while and a 1200, and currently I have Amiga 3000 and 1200 and 2000, I guess. I own an Amiga CD32. I should hook one of those up and shoot some real hardware. All right, so let's go to the demo in, I guess, Slavic. And so you can see it's, I think it's probably saying the same thing, I don't know. And finally, the fourth part, I can press 4 and it gives his address in, I guess, 1992. Which is pretty cool. I guess you could have written him and checked Savak, his phone number. Pretty neat. People wouldn't do that anymore. Alright, so let me get to the next part of the demo. In order to do that, let's see, I think I press the space. Oh, that turns off the sound in this part, or starts it over. Enter gets to the next part of the demo. And it's just going to be showing the demo pictures in order. I can also skip to the next music by pressing space. And I know there's at least 6 or 7 songs. I could show them all here, but I think I'm just going to give a taste of this because, for one thing, I don't have my 2068 having great sound here. But I don't know if you can tell, but this here, I'm putting my fingers in front of the screen, but this is extremely, it seems to me, like double resolution. Maybe it's my imagination, I don't know. Give me some comments if I'm, is that my imagination that it looks higher resolution than it normally should? Are these pixels like smaller than normal pixels on the ZX Spectrum? I don't know. Now it's interesting that the Timex 2068 computer, hey, this is the Never Ending Story theme song. The Timex 2068 also has another mode that is high res and has been taken advantage of by just a few pieces of software. I might try to demonstrate that one of these days. It's pretty cool. So I can press the letters A through Z, and I can automatically skip to another picture. But this is the kind of demo I like. There's not a lot of movement in this demo. I recorded a demo yesterday that had much more movement called the LCD demo. This one's still images, but I don't think that distracts or detracts from the actual demo here, especially since this is doing something I'm not very familiar with the ZX Spectrum demo scene. I mean, this was written 30 years ago, and I'm sure nowadays they can do some incredible things on a 48K Spectrum. But I don't know too much about the scene. I've only been really delving into it just with a little bit. But I'll press the letter A and we'll show the first picture here. And I guess all this art is being generated mathematically. I don't know how it works. So we're on to the next song. And eventually this will just fill in and be still. Drinking some water. I'll press B. Go to the next one. And now pressing C. But if any of the people who wrote this demo, either Busy or Nora in 1992, I guess it was May 2nd this was released of 1992, ever see this video, leave a comment. I'd be curious to see what you think of some American living in New Mexico watching your and filming your video in 2022. Seems like the 30 years in the future, right? From when you wrote it. And also, I'd like to hear from Slavo. Sorry, I forgot your name for just a moment. But I don't think that you speak English. At least if I recall, that's what Stano said on the 2068 groups.io. If you get a chance, join up groups.io and search for TS2068. It's really more than just a 2068 group. It's a Timex group in general, and also all Sinclair users are welcome. In fact, there's a lot of talk about Sinclair systems. I'm going to press D because, of course, we can run a lot of the software on the system, on the 2068. Now, I should also mention this music is running about 20% faster than it normally would. And I've run this under emulation just to check it out, and it's true. It does sound slower, and I think it benefits from sounding slower. Going to the next design, E. And what else can I do in this demo? I can get back to the first part of the demo, and I've got about 10 minutes in. Let's see. Oh, I just realized I started filming this at the very beginning of the demo, and my camera's time says it's about 10 minutes in, and here it says it's about 12 minutes in, so obviously the demo is running about 20% faster, which I knew it would. I mean, that's what it does. I guess it also probably draws the pictures a little faster too. Pressing F to get to the next picture. Maybe go through them a little faster. G. H. I. And if you like this video, put some comments below. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I really appreciate you watching the video. It's fun to make these. It gives me a chance to use my system. Maybe have something to talk about for the Zoom meetings that we have twice a month for the Timex group here in America. If you get a chance, we've had some people from outside of America join. We've had people from New Zealand, Slovakia, all over the United States. What else? If you want to join us from England, please do. Love to hear your accent. Let's see, what are we up to? I. Let's do I. And when I keep saying I'm changing this, I'm pressing a letter to get to the next picture. And I don't know how many there are, like I said. I also don't know how many songs there are. Where did I leave off? I. So the next letter. Next letter again. It's interesting to watch how much faster this demo runs. Oh, I like that design. Now, this is running in 48K because that's all my system has. So I'm impressed at how much music can be fit in here. I should note that there are some comments in the text that talk about this demo being a little bit different than it runs on the Spectrum. For instance, I guess there's a screen that isn't displayed here, and it says, unfortunately, this demo is designed to be run in 50 Hz interrupts only. It is possible to run this on a 2068, which obviously I'm doing, but there are two problems. One is that the music will play 20% faster, which I've already mentioned, and the other one is that I guess there's letters, welcome, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, that bounce around individually on the screen, and I believe I've watched this demo in online, or maybe it was that I watched a version of it under emulation, I can't remember. It sounds like we've looped back to the first song. So let me go through, let's see, I know I'm up to L. Anyway, so it's missing the very first part of the demo. Let's go to M. So this was written in 1992, like I said. They used the tools and graphics to create a program called MRS09, which you can get on specky.cz. The graphics were created in Art Studio. It was packed with Turbo Imploder and Pack Maker, which I don't know what that means. And the remake obviously was recompiled, and it was done with SJASM, SJASM Plus, and packed by LZX Pack. And LZX, I think, began life on the Amiga, which is it's a variation of LHA, which is like, you know, an archive program. And I think the person I read, because I was, you know, familiar with the Amiga quite a bit, who made LZX got snatched up by Microsoft in the 90s or something like that to work on some stuff like that. Let's see, N-O. Let's see. I'm going to go through these a little faster because we're repeating music now. P. Now to get to the next song, I can actually skip by pressing space. So now I'm the next song. Let's go to Q. I think I'm getting back to some of the beginnings of these again. R. Maybe I'll press the space and a key at the same time. Let's do that. Let's see, I want to press S and T at the same time, see what happens. I guess if you press them exactly at the same time, it doesn't focus on it. I like this song. So I'm going to go back to the beginning by pressing, it says I can press break, but that just starts the music over. I have to press caps, shift, and break to get back to this demo. It's really, if you look at it carefully, I don't know if you can tell, but there's colors going on in the background there that are just visible to me with my eyes, and they probably are not being picked up by my camera. This isn't really easy to pick up visually, and I cannot do a direct capture out. I mean, I have, but the Timex Sinclair kind of screws with my capture card. Let's see, is there anything else I want to show? So I'm going to end it here. Depending on if I have time, I might try to capture this video running on the RGB out, because it does, I want to show this, how it kind of skips around. Maybe I'll try to capture them both. That'd be kind of neat. Skip this one. And yeah, I wish I could hear this in stereo. That'd be pretty cool, but I have no way to do that. So thanks for watching. I've decided I am going to try to show my RGB monitor and this side by side, see what we can get, and you can see the demonstration that way. But now I do have my 2068 computer hooked up with a RGB to HDMI adapter that is compatible and works with an RGB to HDMI adapter for the Sega Genesis. I bought this from TimexSinclair.com. There's a shop there. David Anderson sells these. He's a member of the groups.io and I guess the Facebook group and other things like that. So what we have here is we have my CRT monitor. We also have my RGB LCD monitor. So this thing is only about that thick, whereas this thing is, you know, that thick, maybe deeper, maybe, you know, it goes all the way to the back of my wall, barely fits. But I prefer the picture on here. I think this would look better if I was using an actual monitor, and this is the issue. I will start loading something. So of course, load. This is going to, and this is just an example. You might not even, not everyone will make it this far into the video because I kind of downplayed it, and because not probably everyone is going to be so interested in seeing the strangeness that goes on here. So this is the Interlace Demo, and this is what it looks like when it starts loading, and I'm not going to torture you by have you watching it all, but you'll notice on this TV you probably see scan lines or the screen getting darker, and this one you do not, because of the screen, the way it works. However, in some ways I prefer this one because I get all 16 colors. On here you only get 8 of the colors because they don't all go through the back of the port. And now we have a picture here, and I don't know if you can tell, but this looks completely black and white. And this one has kind of like false color. Now I'm not sure if it's meant to be false color. I prefer the way it looks on the composite monitor, this one. So that's an example of one of the reasons I do prefer this. But for playing text editing, this monitor is much, much nicer. But really that's the whole point here, is I want to show you how this one kind of skips. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm using the LCD monitor or if it's the Genesis RGB to HDMI converter, or if it's, you know, it could be one of 3 things. It could be the adapter, which it probably is not. It could be the upscaler, or it could be the monitor. I believe it's the monitor, so I would like to use my Amiga 1080 monitor with this, which has both analog and digital RGB, and what comes out of the 2068 is digital RGB. So I have a local friend of mine, Carl. Oh, hey Carl, hope you're watching this. He's making me an adapter for my Amiga monitor. So one of these days I'll get that and I'll be able to use that. And if that works, I'll have my Amiga monitor here, my 2068 here, and I suppose that would also give me a reason to bring in maybe my Amiga 1200 or 3000. And maybe we can have 2 demos running, one on Amiga, one in the 1200. Maybe even one of my Atari 8-bits, but my Atari 8-bit is NTSC, so most demos don't work properly. So the demos, I was going to stop this for a minute, but since I've only got about 15 more seconds, check it out. When it goes from here, in a moment you're going to see that first screen that we saw earlier, and you'll see the text moving up and down here very smoothly. I hope it shows here. Here we go. Oh, first we have this. So I don't know how much better that looks. One thing that's better on here is, I believe the black looks truer black here. You also notice that you get gray here, as opposed to on the RGB monitor, this is black. This is how it's supposed to look, because it doesn't show the extra color, because it's missing 8 of the colors. And one of them it's missing is this, like, quote, I think it's called bright black, something like that. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. And so the colors look better here. You can't really make them out as brightly here. The lines look a little thicker here, but that's because of the resolution and scaling of the LCD monitor. And by the way, I can't remember what this is called, but it's made by AO. But if you look in the groups.io, I brought this up because David Anderson pointed this out to me, and it's a great monitor. It's small, that's what I like about it, and it's very functional. Also has composite inputs and things like that. So if you're looking for an all-around, very inexpensive LCD monitor that you can get currently, that's still in stock in places, give this one a try. But I'm going to go to the next screen, and you'll see, I think, it being jerky. Let's see if I can tell here. I remember it being jerky. Yeah, I don't know if it comes up, but it looks extremely smooth on this picture. And here it's very, very jerky. And I don't know if that's because it's using this interlace mode or what it is. I don't really remember running into this too often with this monitor, but I have run into some weird issues here before. But the colors, I don't know, this is a good example of checking out the colors. So this is made up of 3 different colors. It's red, purple, and then a brighter purple. So here, it's only showing red, purple, and the brighter purple isn't being shown. So it's invisible, and it just looks purple. This is actually like a purplish blue here, and this is pure blue here. In some ways, I like that, but it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be showing these colors. So it looks, I don't know, it might be good for me to just zoom in so you can just check out that monitor and see what I mean. But maybe you can make it out this way. But I'm not going to go too much into detail. If you can give me some explanations of what I'm talking about here, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's about it. I've enjoyed making this video today, and hopefully I can get it out in the next day or two. Yeah, this looks really cool watching them side by side on 2 different monitors. Maybe I'll go through here and see if it changes anything when I go to the next demo. So here's the demo shown. Now, here's another good example. So this looks pure white, pure white. And this, on the composite monitor, looks white, but, and probably because the composite signal isn't totally clear, it looks more, what shall I say, like there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't remember what it is. Let's go to the next song. It looks not smeared, but almost like there's false color there. It's not quite what the word I'm looking for, but hey, I'm just some amateur making videos that maybe 10, 20, 30 people will watch. So if you enjoy it, cool. David, if you get a chance and if you watch this far, maybe point me to a video of your RGB out and its adapter. I don't know if you make videos, really, now that I think about it. But if you do, maybe you can make one specifically and talk about this a little bit. But that's just me making a request, and basically I'm asking you to do work, but take it with a grain of salt. Alright, this is it. That's all. Thanks for watching. And, I want to go back and fade out with the, so to get back out, break here. And I'm going to go into the last final greetings. And where he gives his address. But I'm actually going to end up, since this was not made in English, I'll end it up with the non-English version of this. So thanks for watching. I hope that what I said makes sense about this looking clear and smooth as silk, and this being a little bit jerky. I don't know if you can tell, but especially since my camera isn't the greatest at picking things up. But I just realized there's a different picture here now. Has it always been changing like that and I just never noticed? Huh. pretty neat. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm intrigued by these videos so much. All right, thanks for watching.